Hallie here. Welcome back to my channel. I know it has been about 3 weeks. Yikes, sorry. I live in Texas, so the stars were not in my favor. I went and got my vaccine like 2 weeks ago, I think. And then I got trapped at my parents' house because of the storm. And I had to be there for like a whole week before the ice actually melted and I could drive. Not very fun, not very cool, not very great. The snow was nice. That's about it. It was fucking cold. Was not able to post a video, and unfortunately I was not able to get a physical copy of A Court of Silver Flames because it came out like right when the snowstorm started and all the stores closed, power outages, pipes burst, and now I'm back where I live and no one has A Court of Silver Flames in stock anymore. So I've been everywhere. I've been to Barnes & Noble, I've been to Walmart, I've been to Target. There's no half-price books where I live and I don't think they'd have it anyways, but yeah. So today I'm going to be doing a look for the A Court of Silver Flames cover while doing a review for it. This is what it looks like right here. It's kind of ugly, but I'll make it work. I just finished the book yesterday or the day before, and I cannot wait to tell you guys what I thought of it. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Except before we start, just wanted to say thank you for getting me to 700 subs. Super fun, super cool, love you guys. Keep subscribing to me, like this video, if you will. So yeah, let's get started with this makeup look. I wanted to start off by saying that I've been looking very forward to A Court of Silver Flames. Nesta was my favorite character and Nessian was my favorite relationship from the series, even though they were almost non-existent for the first 3 books, but they made it interesting for me. If you've seen my A Court of Thorns and Roses video, you know that I'm not very obsessed with SJM's writing style or honestly anything about Feyre and Rhysand in general. Like, I wasn't blown away by them. I thought they were annoying at a lot of times. I don't really like Feyre. Or, I mean, Rhysand, he was fine in A Court of Thorns and Roses, but now that I've read A Court of Silver Flames, I just want to like get him. So let's preface this by saying I gave A Court of Silver Flames 5 stars. I absolutely loved Nesta's arc. The romance between Nessian was amazing. I haven't gone like this insane over a book ship in a hot minute. So this was really refreshing. I could not put it down. The passion, the tension, the anger, the love, it was all so good. By the way, this video is going to have spoilers, so if you haven't read A Court of Silver Flames, don't watch this unless you want to be spoiled, because this will not be a spoiler-free review. I found the plot of A Court of Silver Flames to be way more interesting than the other plots of the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. I just don't know. I think the rest of the series, like, it was mainly about like war and A Court of Thorns and Roses, the first book, was about Feyre painting in a field for like 400 pages. So of course I found this one a lot more interesting. They were looking for the dread trove to stop the queen that got turned into an old lady by the cauldron due to Nesta being insane. One thing I definitely didn't like was how Rhysand treated Nesta throughout the entire book. Oh my god, I hate that man. The thing is I know he's Feyre's mate. I know that. but he was a little too much. He was so awful to Nesta, ordering her what to do, even though she was not technically a part of his court. And the thing about that is, Nesta's rude to everyone, but she wasn't really rude to Rhysand. Like, she couldn't be. He's the High Lord of the Night Court. And I don't care that anyone else was, like, rude to her, because she can dish it back to them. Like, she was usually the first to do it anyways. But, like, Cassian, like, when she was, like, nasty to Cassian, he just dished it right back. Like, whatever. She can't do it with Rhysand. He's the High Lord of the Night Court. Like, she has to do what he says. So, the ordering around, don't like it. I really enjoyed how protective Cassian got over Nesta when Rhysand was being a little bitch. Loved that. Was obsessed with it. Loved reading it. And a lot of people mentioned this, so I wanted to talk about it. I definitely do think that Rhysand was out of character in this book. He kept so many secrets from Feyre, one. Like, he wouldn't do that usually. I think that was an inaccuracy. Like, he would not keep the secret that she might die during labor from her. Not sure why SJM did that. I'm guessing, like, just for the angst of it. And it furthered Nesta's plot a little bit, because she's the one that told Feyre, even though she wasn't supposed to, so. But Cassian fighting for Nesta's right to get to decide about her own life was really great. He didn't ever want to keep secrets from her. He wanted her to be able to choose, like, what she did, like when they were talking about having her get engaged to Eris or whatever, and he was like, hell no, absolutely not. I loved that very much. And again, I just really loved the development of Cassian and Nesta's relationship. It was so good. I think going from that, not hatred at all, but I guess Nesta saying that she felt like she didn't deserve him, so she just pushed him away, so that, like, pretend, I guess, all the way to the absolute love was amazing. I loved the just sex that wasn't just sex to either of them. I thought a few parts were uncalled for. Like, why did she talk about having a threesome with Azriel? It was very out of place. Like, if it was gonna happen, I understand why she wrote that, like, Nesta thinking about that, but it didn't, like, come anywhere near her having a threesome with Cassian and Azriel. And I don't know, I didn't want to read it. There was also another part about how Cassian, Rhysand, and Azriel, or no, just Cassian and Rhysand, used to have sex with women in the same room as each other when they were younger. Did not want to read that. But I still thought the actual sex scenes were really nice and I enjoyed reading them. And there were a lot more in this book than in the rest of A Court of Thorns and Roses. There were, like, what, maybe 4 between Feyre and Rhysand, and I want to say Cassian and Nesta had like 12 maybe, and then she talked about the others a lot in her internal monologue. But that is exactly what I was looking forward to with this book, was Cassian and Nesta and their relationship. So I really appreciated it. I also loved that this book was dual point of view, as I don't believe A Court of Thorns and Roses was, except maybe 1 or 2 chapters, I think, that were not Feyre's point of view. It was Rhysand's. And then A Court of Frost and Starlight, which had a couple POVs. But this one had alternating Nesta and Cassian point of views, which I fucking love in books when we have that and we can see what both characters are thinking. So I really enjoyed seeing Nesta's growth through her point of view. And then Cassian didn't really have growth, but he had like acceptance. And Nesta helped him kind of accept himself more than he already had, with people calling him like a stupid brute and thinking like lowly of him as compared to Azriel and Rhysand. So I really thought that seeing that dual kind of character growth was sublime. I might not be able to get that really light gray on my eyes because I am very pale, so it might look a little darker than the actual cover, but that's okay. This cover's fucking ugly. I wish she had used a darker gray because that lighter gray just does not match the orange at all. I mean, gray doesn't match orange at all, but what can you do now? Another thing that I absolutely adored about this book was that Nesta got a group of friends that was not part of the inner circle. I think that was really important for her character arc, that she got to choose a group of people to love herself that wasn't Rhys, Feyre, Cassian, Azriel, or Amren. But I also think that having this group of friends helped her become closer to the inner circle by the end of the book. Like, it 100% was the reason that we see the Nesta that we did at the end of the book. I thought Nesta, Gwyn, and Emery's relationship was so good. I loved all of their scenes together. Mostly the bracelet making, which was so cute. Trading books that they really liked. I liked that they found that in common with each other and like had something as like a common ground to create their friendship was books. I really loved that a lot. And then my favorite scene, I think even in the entire book, not just one scene, but when they're all in the mountains or forest at the Blood Rite, like they're all becoming Valkyries, like right before your eyes. Oh my god, it was so good. It was amazing. I love their friendship so much. I love Gwyn and I love Emery. I would read books just about the two of them. I'm obsessed with them. The three of them, actually. I would love just like a Nesta, Gwyn, Emery, like novella. Overall, I really enjoyed this book, and I truly don't know whether if that is just because of Nesta and Cassian, or if I really think that SJM's writing is getting better with time, like her writing style, as I was not the biggest fan of it in A Court of Thorns and Roses or the other two books. It was a long ass book though. Like, I know she writes a lot, but that was so much. And I know they're just gonna keep getting longer. And her next book is apparently about Elaine and Elaine's love interest, whoever that is. I'm not saying names, I'm not saying who I want to be together, because this is one of the most insane ship wars I've ever seen, and I like not being doxxed, so. I loved the ending of the book. I thought it was really, really wonderful, and Nesta's character arc ended really beautifully. I loved that Nesta and Cassian ended up being mates, and I know that SJM basically like recycled the plot line that Cassian realized that they were mates and then had to like tell them, and then the girl, like Nesta, got mad, and it's exactly what happened with Rhysand and Feyre, but I don't fucking care. I loved that. Beautiful, amazing, iconic. I love them. If I don't get Cassian and Nesta's mating ceremony in the next book, me and SJM are boxing outside of a Chili's at 3 in the morning. I swear to fucking God. But yeah, I really loved this book so much. Once I really got into it, I couldn't put it down. Nesta and Cassian mean everything to me, and I cannot wait to read more about them. I will be showing up to the next book. Has me in a chokehold. I'm reading SJM in the year 2021. Come on, man. So yeah, this is the finished look for A Court of Silver Flames. I did a gray eyeshadow, or I tried as hard as I could to make it gray and not black. And it's not as bright on camera as I want it to be, but I did a sparkly orange glitter on the lid. It is very sparkly and bright in person. You just can't really tell on camera, but trust me about this. I did white freckles for the title color, and I did a gray lipstick. Also orange blush, which I never do, and silver highlights to match the gray. But yeah. Again, I'm sorry for not having posted these past few weeks. It has been a lot has been happening. So much. But next week I will be back with a Chain of Iron reading vlog, which will be my first reading vlog ever. I am so excited to film it, and I can't wait to read Chain of Iron. I was very intent on doing a makeup look for it, but then I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to do a reading vlog because I've never done one before, and this is a book I've been waiting for about a year, so I think it'll be super fun. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Comment down below whether or not you liked A Court of Silver Flames and what your favorite part is if you did like it. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.